bunch of time has passed, not a ton, but not much has gone on. I've been kind of sitting here as I left you, trying to figure out how to kind of persuade them to make babies. Thought about making beer for a minute there. It seems to work for most people. But as I've done this kind of case study, research project, whatever you want to call it, I've kind of discovered a couple things. So my problem is, as I told you, that lull I had, where I didn't expand any houses, I didn't get going, these people weren't making babies for a little while. I knew that I was going to have a big die-off at one point and be in trouble. I knew that. That wasn't a problem. But then it got to be more. I mean, I got down to like 17 adults. I was starting to have to pull people off of gathering and food production, whereas my my usage of food was higher than my production of food. That's always kind of scary. You can see I'm at like 5,900 food right now. I was down about 4,000, where if you remember, I was up around 8 or 9 at one point. So there's been some, back and forth here, things that I have to be careful with. But basically what happened is that lull of expansion, where I knew I was going to have that, the next generation. There's space between the original settlers and settlers and the next generation. Plus what I did was I put the school in, and that just exasperated it. It made it just even a longer spacing, because what I didn't realize is that, when children grow up, like right here, I got 22 adults, 4 students, 11 children, and what's that, 37 altogether. I think I was down to 26 or 27 at one point, so I'm booming back now. I'm doing pretty good. Let me just see, yeah. What I learned is that when a normal child without a school hits 10, they go right into the labor pool right here, which actually I'm going to pop that down. Yep, okay. They hit the labor pool, and they can then be used as work at age 10, and they live till about 80s usually, and that's fine. You get a lot of work out of them. When you put a school in, they go from children at 10 to then into students. They're students until they're 17, so it's 17 more years. So it takes almost twice as long to get that baby to hit your labor force, that's a long time. Like right now, the 12 I have in there, the 12 children, I still have at minimum 7 years, 8 years actually, until I see those kids probably. And that's, the seasons go pretty quick. I have it turned way up right now. That's why you see it's late autumn, my 20th year. That's a lot of time. but the payoff, I guess, is, and as I'm told, I haven't actually sat down and watched the mechanics in the game, is that the people that are educated do their jobs much more efficiently, much quicker. So whereas you might have needed 2 uneducated laborers, you might only need 1. That's my understanding. Again, I'll have to kind of crunch the numbers and check that out at some point. But so that is what really caused that big kind of die-off I had to last a lot longer than I first thought it would. But we seem to have remedied it a little bit at this point. We got 11 babies, 5 students. That's 16 right there. So they're coming. They're coming. It's just take some time. I've been sitting here. I've been kind of managing things. I don't have much labor again because I wanted to punch up the gatherers again, get that food production up. Let's just check that. I have a lot of handy graphs in here. Right here is a good graph. Food, you look right here, it tells you in the last year I've used 3,400. I've produced 3,500. So I'm producing out more than I'm using, but not by much. So I'd like to get that actually up a little more. And somebody just died again. Died of old age. A gatherer, of course. Double whammy. So that means that I need to take, I'm probably going to take 2 out of here. I'll put gatherer in there. Somebody stepped in? Oh, somebody stepped in as a gatherer. Okay. That's fine, though. I'll keep 2 in the labor. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. No, the screen would move. Let's pull this back up. So you see, I'm not outpacing it by very much. I'm in the positive, but not much. Look back here. Let's look at 10 years. I used up 32,000, produced 29. If you look all the way back to right back in the beginning where I really blew up with food, I used 56. This is going back 25 years. And produced 63. So if you factor in my detriment the last 10 years or so, this was really big in the beginning. As we saw, my food production exploded. In the last 2 years, I'm 200 ahead. So I'm slowly ramping that back up as we go. I'm not too worried about it now. I have a nice buffer. I'm plenty fine. It's a good thing I had that buffer because I didn't really have to worry about much. So you see, I have a lot of houses. I've started kind of popping some back in because it seems like I can't force people to shack up. I've tried a lot. I've ripped a lot of houses out. If you see, I took actually these houses out over here. I just got rid of them. I got tired of having to keep track of 2 places, so I got rid of those. Filled up, and I've been sitting here basically monitoring houses. And what happens? The significant ages that I've seen is obviously 10. That's where a child becomes a student. 17 is where the student becomes a laborer. They go out and work, and then somewhere around 20. Is where the people have children. Let me find a newer family. Had a couple. There should be a bunch because there's a lot of babies around. Yeah, you look here. Child. So they're 27 and 27, 8-year-old child. So it's around 20, about 19-ish. So that's where you can expect them to start having children. Again, 26, 24, a 5-year-old child. Right in there about 20, 21. Same idea in here. This guy's a little older. See, yeah, this was one I don't... This might not be necessarily a... well, there you go. Oh, sure, going, yeah, so that was a child. Okay. That was not the actual mama or dada. Let's see. So, you know, so basically the ages are 10, 17, and then in the 20s. So if you have two people that are like 16 in a house, don't expect a baby right away. So I have an empty house here, so that's telling me no need for a new house. But I'm doing okay. This is what, 16, 16, 38. That's ramping up. Actually, we can look at this. I can show you for you guys. Where is it? Graphs. Population is ramping back up. My population is going back up now. It was down to looks like about 29-ish tops. Adults, you can see, fell pretty far. I'm telling you, it was down to about 17, I think, at one point, and it was starting to hurt. Where I was having to pull people off important jobs just to kind of fill in for. I always like to have one labor, that kind of stuff. So, but you can see the children booming up. Well, not really. I wouldn't. They're booming from here. They're booming up. Students are kind of remaining the same. That seems to be about right. No nomads. Trade items. This is something I spawned in with. I mentioned this before. I have peaches, potatoes, and wheat. Actually, wheat's pretty good because wheat, I think, gives me beer and stuff. It'll give me food. It'll give me alcohol. I think I've never got into that very much. So that's a double use, I think. Potato, of course, good starch. And then a peach, that's a orchard. We're going to get into that. Like I said, all I really need, though, I really just need... I'm going to authorize this house. I need more labor. It's really, before I can do much else, I need labor. So, yeah, that's true. I forgot to mention, I got really pretty bad on firewood. I was down to, I had the warning things popping up. I was probably down to 100 firewood, which is kind of crazy. Had plenty of wood, still have pretty good wood, and I always had wood in here. Not a lot. It's been about 10 to 20, 25 logs in here, so enough for this guy to constantly consume. He's got 171 in here. He's doing his work. This guy, let me see if it's still the same guy. I doubt it is. No, the guy, I had a theory that maybe this wood chopper here was like 89 and his health was like 2 hearts. He was on his deathbed, and obviously he's now since passed. Let's see how many are in here now, because this is 27. I mean, I only put this in not that long ago, so we've had a pretty massive die-off going on. That's pretty much probably my initial population. I don't think I've had any accidents. I've been trying to monitor the death things. It's all pretty much been old age, so mostly been that. So, all right, what I want to do though, so I do have that. So we're gonna just, we need resources. So I got laborers sitting. So we're gonna just kind of tell them to get in here. Get in here and harvest this stuff. You might as well. I don't want you sitting still. All is gonna have to be cleared out at some point to put farm fields in anyway. So go get it. And if you look, I put a depot or a stockpile over here for them to dump it. I may put one out there. I'm not sure. That's not what I wanted to click. That's what I want to see. Now it'll just catch that depot. Probably put another barn right next to it. I would have been better, I think, to put a stockpile here, but I don't know how that works. You know what? Let's run that experiment. Why not? Stockpiles don't cost anything. We'll just put one right there and let them pile it there, and then I can watch the guy from the marketplace. There we go. We're getting some labor back. This is very good. Very good. Oh, let's see. What do we want to get back in here? I don't need really that. Builder's probably not bad, but we can leave that there. Herbalist is fine. I'm just trying to see who I took away from. Who I need to put back, in essence. I think we're okay, though. So I'm actually going to go to gatherer, another fisherman, get back into food production. I'd like to get that back up, pushing about 10,000. Because, again, let's look at this. Where is it? Production. In the last year, we've used 3,800 food. We've underproduced again. 3,800 food, you know, that's not even 2 years stocked if we hit really hard times. So that's something I want to bump up. Let's see if they don't tell us firewood, they only tell logs, huh? So yeah, we're gonna have to start ramping that up quite a bit. A lot of, some of my labor now is gonna have to be devoted to that. That's fine. I think the initial field you plant, in my first save I messed with fields a little bit, and I think the number there was 3 people, and that's kind of where I'm going to go next. I think I'm going to probably put a field in, 3 people, and go that route. Otherwise, I'm going to have a lot of stone and iron from clearing this area, so I don't think I need to think about a mine or a quarry just yet. This is pretty plentiful resources out here. This is a pretty rich land out here. Oh, I don't have it. Yep. I'm like, wait, I couldn't remember what a question mark meant. There you go. This is pretty good, though. I got 8 students, 11 children, 11 babies. So they're really going. I'm going to just keep producing a steady stream of houses, and just keep populating. You see what happened here? I put the 4 houses in here, 4 houses in here, and as I told you, I had this little space where I was trying to fit a house in, was not able to fit a house in, so that ended up being a well. That's what and that's okay. I mean, it's going to look a little doofy, but well, as far as I understand, are important for fighting fires. I've never seen a fire yet, but if and when I do, I want to make sure I can do something about it when I do see it. So I'm going to pop another one in here. I'm just going to slowly kind of keep putting them in, so I can keep increasing my population. My food's okay. It's not where I necessarily want it to be, but I need to kind of find this little balance. I need to tweak it because I need to kind of squeeze more people out so that I can get labor to then get a field in the ground. So that's what's going to happen. And then what I'm going to do is, actually, might even in there. That would have been probably a smarter idea. Maybe right in here. Put a house right on there. Put another one there. I'll do 2 to start. And this is going to kind of be my farming house. And then I'll get an initial field right in here. A little road down the side. Another one down here. And we'll just expand out this way. And we'll get into that, and we'll start to kind of start prepping over there as those guys are clearing it for me. Yeah, they're all obviously. You know what? I'm gonna tell them to stop clearing for a minute, so that they'll focus on the projects I just gave them. That is one area I do feel the game is lacking. There is a function in here, this right here, where I can. What it says is increase the priority of work being done in an area. So I think basically what I could do is I can make the city a priority zone. So anything I queue up to be built in the city or wherever I want to would then be prioritized other areas. But what I really wish you could do is just kind of go over here. Okay, this house I want, and there's like a 5-star bar. I could cook it to 5. That's now #1 priority. Or just even make it top priority, or something like that, top of the queue. And they would come and they would build this house first. Because as I go and I kind of build roads and I build this and that, it would be nice to be able to tell them, hey, I want this built next, because, I want them clearing that, but I'd like them to build the stockpile first so that they have a place to put everything. So now they did that. That's good. Now they'll get the houses up. It's actually a little bit more expansion than I wanted to do, but that's okay. Oh, see, there we go. See, this is the part I don't really quite get. Is I have a lot of broken families, and there's no alcohol yet, so I don't know what's with all these broken families. Are the nomads killing people out in the woods? Because, again, a mother and 2 children. That's fine. But where did the father go? This is okay if he goes on and makes kids with another person. That's fine with me. I know that might be a little scandalous, but as far as population, I need it. It's actually good. I got 9 kids in school, 9 babies. That's going to put me up over 44-ish. So that's pretty good. We're really starting to boom now. We're going now. And I've kind of... This is what I mean. You kind of... There's no real equation to it as I thought there was. I was looking for that kind of quotient, this many families, this many, like I told you in the beginning. I mean, I misspoke blatantly. 24 to 13, I would have told you earlier, that is not what I wanted. That's way too many, and that is what I ran into in my first save when I played. I overexpanded, and that was in fact an absolute issue. So you can go too far with it, but what you want to do is you hit your stride, because what I'm finding is there are just these people. This guy's older, maybe lost their spouse. I don't think so, because I've only lost people at old age. There's just some people that seem like they do not want to get married and settle down and have a family. Just as there is in real life, you cannot, no matter how much you restrict the houses or whatever, they're just gonna suck like these people right here. Like unless these are the ones like right here. Here we go, like 37, 2 kids. I bet you one of these 2 are the fathers. I don't know, and I don't get it. But now they're going to suck up, and this is what you don't want. You want 2 single dudes, because I have way too many dudes, which I don't understand. They're just going to sit in these houses and take these houses up. Another one here. A decent little family, that's great. I want family. Another one here, that's 4 of like 30-year-old men. I don't know if this is a bug or just some scandalous stuff going on. Now that's got to be a child. This is a female, so why wouldn't she, these little things, and these are the things I'm going to have to kind of learn to better manage the game. I seem to be getting better at it, but you can always get better. That's a big old house. Okay, so now we got the stockpile. So now what I'm going to do is now I will tell them to clear. There you go. It's a large project. We've got tools. We've got plenty of labor, actually. So I'm going to pop one in there. Yes, I'm going to fill out the gatherers. And the fishermen. Hunters, we're okay, but I'm going to put in one forester in so that he populates all of them. Woodcutter is fine. I think we're okay. And then that's 2 and 2. And, like, you know, some of them are actually going to be laborers. Like, you always kind of figure, well, these guys aren't right now. Why not? My cap is 50, so these guys should be, yeah, they should be capped out, and they're going to go do laborer duties. Because I have plenty of coats, I have plenty of tools. What I probably should do, how are we on leather? Just looking to see where it is. We're at 31 leather over here. Well, actually, I think there's a way I can look in here, isn't there? Production. They don't give me in leather, do they? No? Okay, so let's look in here. 136 leather. Yes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to raise this up to 150. There you go. Raise that, because what I want him to do is just keep producing the coats. Coats are actually, or at least they were. It might turn out to be the wrong case in this save. Coats were actually a very nice trade item. I think I got like 15 credits for it. It's not money, you know, but so 100 coats would get me like $1,500 in credit, and each like seed, was it seeds or was it animals, were like 2,400. So you need a good amount of products to get in there. I think in my first save what I did was I did a lot of firewood, and coats were really what I put down in the trade port. I'm going to build the trade port in a little bit. This guy's up here. Got a pretty good bunch of resources up there. You are at what? Herbalist? Do I need more herbs, huh? That's a good question, because otherwise now you got to go to a laborer. I'll have you bump it up a little bit, because until I know the value, I don't want to just stop production. I have plenty of laborers over here. I got empty houses. So there you go. 2 children. That's perfect. Perfect. They shacked up and spit out a kid right away. I am actually going to then put a... See, this is... I don't want to do this, actually, because I was going to put another house in here and hoping then I have a triple housing for the farm, right? But I'm worried that then, like, right, for instance... Well, remember I showed you that some of these... Let's see where this guy's... Alright, that's perfectly logical. This guy's not working anywhere. Is there any... There's nobody there. Where does this guy live? He lives right there. He's in the stone house. He's the man. The house... They seems like... Okay, this is going to be bad. Yeah, look at these guys. They're so far away. So I'm going to eventually put some houses back over here. Just so... Well, what I should actually do. But see... I'm trying to think here. I probably... should get rid of this barn at some point and just let these people come here. Yeah, like all this stuff is kind of segregated from my major source system. So probably the smarter thing to do is just get rid of all this. The fish are always going to have to be... I mean, I can put a barn out here, which I probably would do. So that the fish and... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I want to put them barn like right here. Because then all these resources can come to that barn. They don't have to go all the way into the city. The fish can go there, but I'm going to kind of get rid of these. What I could actually do is put another forestry hut out here, right? Yeah, if that circle's there, I could probably get another one right in here. And get some more wood out of that. Because what I would like to do, obviously, is have the city built here in the middle. And the city's going to end up being pretty cleared out. But then I do want these pockets of woods and, you know, resources and things surrounding the city. A nice buffer. It looks nice. But like I said, a lot of these things on the ground, I consider them kind of insurance. So I don't want to get rid of them because when I really need some wood real quick, it's nice to just be able to go right here, boom, get some wood quick. And if I just clear cut everything, I do think it grows back a little bit. You know, it seems though these little shrubs pop up and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I clear cut all this area here, and so these are popping back. So it does come back. But, you know, I would like to just keep them in reserve if I can. Otherwise, we seem to be doing really pretty darn good now. We've got 12 children again, so the birth rate is staying at about, 11, 12 right now, which is really good. 7 kids about to hit the workforce at some point. And yeah, we're 51 people now. Let's see, we've really kind of boomed now. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Yeah, there you go. That's the last 10 years, so let's just there you go. It's even, wow, this is the initial right here, so we're not quite 25 years. We're about 20 years in now. Yeah, 23 years. Oh, there's my little timer. That one's a lot less intrusive, I think. So there you go. Even yeah, it's a nice curve up. Well, tenure seems to show it the best. Everything's climbing. Children actually, that makes sense though. Children stay about the same because they move on. So population are the ones you really want to pay attention to. Adults is ramping up that one. You know, they're adults longer, so that obviously these two are going to stay. You know, they're going to be more of a gradual climb because people don't stay as children that long or students that long. So that's pretty good. We've got 25 homes, 15 families. I probably could bump up another house or two. But before I do that, I'm going to kind of just go look around and make sure, because there may be an empty house in here. There was some over here, wasn't there? Were these? Oh, why is that guy cold? Oh, he was probably just getting firewood? Now you should... I wonder. See, this is the thing. Well, what I might do then is I may pop a wood chopper over here. So I'm wondering if these guys... He's got firewood, so he got it from somewhere. I'm guessing he went... Let's see, what's he bringing? Did they bring in anything? No, he went in the other house. Or he just did something I didn't see. So they've got firewood, but they don't have a ton, but this is all nice and neat. So I think next episode what we're going to do is we're going to start putting in some wheat fields, which is pretty dumb because this is going to be right in my way. So I'm going to have to move that probably to make sure. I don't think so, though, because I think the field's probably going to start out here. Actually, you know what I should do? I should probably put a road in over here. Yeah, and then the field's nice and big and square out here. That's what I'm going to do. So this will have to move. So let's just lay this out real quick, right quick. Which actually, we might as well just get rid of it, and they will move all the goods to the other. They'll move it all right there. That's not that bad. So there you go. And then once that's done and out of my way, I think actually I did leave a space here, didn't I? I did. So we're going to kind of just run that out. I'm going to make it a double once they've moved everything, which I have seven workers, so it won't take that long. I just made them do the road, which is they're probably going to deviate. And I'll make it a double road, and then we're going to get right into the big fields in the next episode so you guys can see us start getting into some agriculture, because actually, yes, we are burning through food, but we're booming, so it makes perfectly good sense to me. Food, yep, we've used 4,600. We've only produced 43. I'm a max gatherer. I can pump up some. I'm going to put 2 in the hunter. I'm not too worried about this though, because I do feel that once I get some fields in, we're gonna really kind of, fields can produce some pretty crazy food if done right and you have the right labor for it. So that's all for this episode, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. We're finally kind of turning that corner. Still very small settlement, but I feel like we have the bones to really blow up pretty good. As long as I don't mess it up and mismanage it, we're going to have a pretty good infrastructure going, and then it's just a matter of slowly and a nice pace, hit your stride and just expand houses. You want to stay just ahead of what the need is. So if you're enjoying it, guys, hit the like button, please. I really appreciate it. Tweet it out. That, of course, helps. You know, Google really seems to be liking tweeting, and Google Plus likes lately. I don't know what it is. I have to do a little more research, but it really helps me out, helps me get noticed, and I would appreciate that. So like always, guys, I will talk to you soon. Take care.